Hey guys, welcome back and happy Sunday. Today we're going to be doing a full body strength routine utilizing body weight resistance as well as some dumbbells. Go ahead and grab whatever weight you want. All I want you to be able to do is complete each exercise with a full range of motion. You can even go ahead and grab a couple different weights if you'd like. I'm not going to cue that today, but if you feel like you ever want to go a little heavier for one set, you can go ahead and do so on your own. So that's what you'll need today. You'll need 2 dumbbells as well as an optional mat for when you get down on the floor. If you have a hard floor, you might want to go ahead and grab that for some cushion. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. We've got a great 20-minute routine here. We're going to have a minute in each exercise. You'll have plenty of time to get in a lot of great high quality repetitions, and it's always about quality over quantity. So don't worry about speed today. Take your time. We're going to spend 2 minutes in our warm-up, and then we'll wrap up with 2 minutes of a nice deep stretch. So go ahead, grab your stuff, grab your water, and let's get started. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get our warm-up started. We're going to start with a traditional squat. So I'm going to turn sideways so you guys can see. Feet are about hip distance apart, nice and parallel. Go ahead, hinge at those hips. We're going to send those hips back behind us like we're sitting into a chair. You're going to press through those heels, bring yourself on up to standing. We're just going to do body weight for our first 2 minutes in our warm-up. Then we're going to go ahead, grab those weights. We'll get started with some dynamic movements, really working multiple muscle groups all at once. Doing great, guys. About 10 more seconds here. We're going to go ahead and take it into a back lunge. Give those glutes a little extra squeeze up at the top for me so they know what they're supposed to be doing. Sometimes they forget. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to take one leg back, tap that knee down, press through the heel of that front leg and bring yourself back up to standing. Option to tap that knee gently towards the floor or to leave it hovering just an inch or 2 above. Really gentle little tap here. We're not slamming that knee down into the floor. Doing great, guys. Couple seconds away. We're going to come on down for a plank. Let's go ahead, come on down there now. We've got 30 seconds here. Hands are right underneath those shoulders. You can be on your knees, up on one knee, or up on your toes. Either way, I want you to roll those shoulders back and down. Squeeze those glutes together. Tuck that pelvis under just a little bit. Double chin here. No one can see it. It's okay. Nice deep breath. We're not forgetting to breathe. From here, we're going to come into a push-up. You have those same options for your knees. Both knees, one knee, or up on your toes. Go ahead, find that push-up position. Traditional push-up here. Hands are out by the sides of your chest. Bring it on down. And come on up. I like to inhale down, exhale up. But really just use whatever breathing pattern works best for you. I literally don't care. I just want you to breathe. If at any point I do care, I'll let you guys know. Let's go one more here. All right, guys, grab those weights. Coming up, we're going to go from a squat to a press. Let's go ahead. Weights are racked right here at our shoulders. Taking that weight back behind us, pressing through those heels, and then following through with those arms, narrow shoulder press here. Palms are facing towards each other. Great job, guys. We're about 20 seconds away. We're going to take a back lunge on just the right side with a tricep kick back. Let's go ahead. I'm going to turn sideways so you guys can see. We're isolating just the right side here. Weights are down by your sides. We're going to take that right leg back, tap the knee, come on up. Slight softness in those knees, nice flat back forward hinge, and we're just going to straighten out those elbows. Great job, guys. Staying on the right side. We're going to hit that left side in just a second. I'm gonna face forward again here in about 10 seconds. We're gonna take a side lunge. Again, isolating just one side. Last one here. Perfect. Let's go ahead and bring it forward. Toes are pinning towards me. We're nice and wide. We're gonna take it down to the left side. Let's bring our elbows at a nice 90-degree angle here. So we're gonna take it low, weight comes back behind you, press through that heel. Come on up to standing, and we'll take a little shoulder fly here. Elbows stay 90 degrees. Great job, guys. Just like your squat, we're taking those glutes back behind us. Pressing through the heel and outside of that standing leg here. About 15 more seconds here. We're gonna actually externally rotate from our hips. We're gonna go for a sumo with around the world. Last one. All right, let's turn out from those hips. Toes and knees go to opposite corners of the room. Weights are down in front, palms are facing towards me. We're gonna drop it nice and low in that sumo, pressing through those heels, slight bend in those elbows. We come on up, we go for around the world, let those weights tap at the top and bring them back down. Taking that weight back behind you, pressing through those heels. Think about sending those knees outward. Keep a little eye on them, make sure they're not coming in towards the middle. Have that slight softness in our elbows, making sure we're not overloading that joint. Last one here. We're going to take that side lunge to the other side with a little front raise. Perfect. Toes and knees point towards me again here. Weights are gonna come down in front. Let's go ahead, tap it over to the other side, bring it up. Weights come up just in line with those shoulders. Nice straight arms here, but we do have that slight softness in our elbows, so we're not locking out that joint. Great, guys. We're about 15 seconds away. We're going to take that back lunge on the other side, this time with a reverse fly. Let's go ahead, flip it around. We're going to go ahead, tap that left knee down, coming up to standing, slight softness in those knees. Slight softness in those elbows, and we're gonna fly those arms up, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Come on up to standing, and we'll repeat. From here, we're gonna actually go ahead and come on down to the floor. We're gonna find a nice plank position with a row. Let's go ahead, come on down. Remember your options for your plank, both knees, one knee are up on your toe. We're holding onto those weights. From here, we're gonna bring one weight up towards our waistline, elbow comes back behind you for your row. Tap it down. We'll go other side. Really think about keeping those hips square to the floor. If you find yourself rocking side to side, go ahead and take your knees or your toes just a little bit wider. Wider base of support will give you more stability. We're gonna go from a push-up to a rotation here in just a second. We're gonna hold on to those weights. You do have the option to let go of them if you would prefer. Let's go ahead, we're gonna set it up. Let's take our push-up. We're gonna come over to the side plank, open that top arm up to the sky. Come on back, push up, and we will go other side. Of course, option to be on your toes or up on your knees. You can even go up to your toes for your side plank and come back to your knees for your push-up. Those are all great options. Got good news, guys. We are halfway through our workout already. Time is just flying by. We're gonna come into a side plank here in just a second. We're gonna come down to one weight. Keep the other one close by. Let's go ahead. Tuck that other weight off to the side. We're gonna come into that side plank position. Option to have that bottom knee supporting or to be full out straight into full plank. Grab that weight. We're gonna go for a little extension here, just like we're rubbing our tummies. It's gonna come up in line with your chest here, and we're just gonna take it right up, just like a little swing, a little robot arm, if you will. Fun little dance move for you. Really isolating that tricep there, as well as working that oblique on that lower side. Doing great, guys. We're gonna come on down, laying on our side here in a second. We're gonna go for clams, and we're gonna work that rotator cuff. I know, this one's hard. You got 20 more seconds. You can do it. Inside 10 seconds, guys. Hold strong. Last one. Go ahead. Lower down. We're gonna come down to our elbows. Knees are bent. Legs are stacked up into your chest. Heels and feet stay together. We're gonna take that knee up to the sky for our little clamshell. We're gonna take the arm to meet it. Elbow is in by your side. As we go up, we open that arm up towards the ceiling, or however wide feels comfortable for you in your shoulder joint. If you feel discomfort in that shoulder joint, go ahead and stop at a smaller range of motion, or maybe just eliminate the weight altogether and just move the arm. It's still a good strengthening exercise for the rotator cuff to help prevent injury. Doing great, guys. I hope you kept that weight close by, because we're gonna grab it in a second after this. We're gonna roll onto our backs. We're gonna go for a bridge with a chest press, again, utilizing both weights. Last one here. All right, let's roll onto our back. Feet and knees are hip distance apart. Elbows are out nice and wide for goalpost arms. Let's go ahead. We're gonna press up, hands come up towards the ceiling, and lower back down. Give those glutes a little extra squeeze at the top. Hands are gonna stay shoulder distance apart the whole time. I know we have a tendency to wanna bring those weights to touch, but when we do that, we actually lose that nice scapular stability, meaning our shoulder blades, and we lose a little bit of the benefits of the exercise. Doing great, guys. Up next, we're gonna hold that bridge up at the top. We're gonna go for some butterflies with a chest fly. Let's hold this next one up here. Perfect. Palms face towards each other. We have that slight bend in our elbows. Knees are gonna come out a couple inches, come back to parallel. Hands are gonna go out, tap those elbows down, bring it all back. We're keeping those feet nice and flat on the floor. We're just bending in and out of that ankle joint. We're not rocking out towards the outer edge of our foot. Keep those glutes nice and high and lifted. Don't let them fall down. We're gonna come on back to our sides here in a little bit, but first we have a nice little ab exercise. We're gonna come into a little V-sit. Doing great, guys. You've got about 15 seconds left here. I know those glutes are on fire. Mine are too. one. All right, lower those glutes down. We're gonna come into a lat pull. Hands are still shoulder distance apart. They're gonna come up overhead. Butts of those dumbbell might even tap down. Nice deep breath. Exhale, keep that rib tucked. We're gonna lift those arms up in line with our shoulders. And from here, we're gonna go ahead, bring ourselves up into a sit-up. Lower back down. Arms come up overhead. Exhale. Inhale back, exhale up. This is one of the only times that I will cue the breathing. Try not to use momentum, try to go slow. Resist gravity on the way back down. Last one here, let's hold it up at the top. Go ahead, sit up nice and tall, knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. We're gonna take those weights out in line with those shoulders. We're gonna go for a little twist here. We're gonna take one elbow down towards the floor, look towards it, eyes guide the spine. We're gonna come on back, and we'll go other side. Really think about twisting through your waistline here. We've got a little bow and arrow going with those arms. One elbow goes back, other arm stays straight out. We're gonna flip over onto our other side here in just a second. We're gonna hit that side plank on the other side. Last one. All right, took one weight off to the side. We are all done with it. We're gonna come back to that side plank variation. Remember, option to keep that knee down or be out in that full side plank. We're gonna hold up here. Elbows in by your side, and we're just gonna go ahead and do that little robot dangle with the arm. Just like you're rubbing your belly. Really isolating that tricep. We have one more set of clams with rotator cuff after this, and then guess what, guys? You are all done with your hard work. We've got a quick stretch to wrap things up. This one was a little fast and a little furious. I hope it was a great way to fit some movement into your day, even if you have a limited amount of time. Doing great. We got about 15 seconds left here. Finish strong. Hit that gas pedal. We're almost home. Last one. Let's go ahead. Lower down to that bottom elbow. Knees are bent. Feet are stacked. Let's go into those clams. Feet and ankles stay together. They're going to open up towards the ceiling with those knees. Let's add on that rotator cuff. Elbow is glued down by your rib cage. We're opening that arm up just as wide as feels comfortable for your shoulder joint. It might be different on one side versus the other, and that is okay. Everybody has those little differences. And remember, there's always the option to ditch the weight altogether and just go for the arm movement. More seconds here, guys. We're gonna roll onto our back. We're gonna get into a nice figure 4 stretch to start that nice stretching cool down sequence. All right, last one here. All right, let's roll onto our back. We're gonna cross our right ankle over our left knee. Go ahead, grab behind that left thigh, or maybe in the front of that left shin, whichever feels best for you. Pull those knees into your chest. Nice stretch through that glute and hip. Nice deep breaths here. We're slowing everything down, relaxing the nervous system. Go ahead, release that leg. Let's go ahead, do the exact same thing, other side. We're gonna come on up to seated here in a second. We're gonna work on our upper body stretches. You can sit however feels comfortable for you, legs straight out, crisscross applesauce, it's up to you. Go ahead, release those legs. Make your way on up to a seated position. We're gonna go for a little tricep stretch. Let's take that left elbow up. We're gonna give it a little grab with that right hand, and let's go ahead, add on a little side bend here, and if it feels good for you, you can even rotate down to the ground. A little extra stretch through that upper back. Let's go ahead and switch those arms out. Same thing, add on that side bend and option to rotate down to the ground. Go ahead, release those hands. Let's go ahead, interlace those fingers back behind us. Straightening those arms, stretching through that chest. Option to look up towards the ceiling or to look straight out towards me. Nice deep breaths here. If it feels good for you, you can even flat back hinge forward. Take a little extra shoulder stretch. And when you're ready, let's go ahead, come on back. Unlace those fingers. All right, guys, great job today. I hope that you found this helpful. You enjoyed this quick 20-minute full body strength exercise. Have a great rest of your day. If you did like this video, of course, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell, and I will see you guys again next Sunday.